blips will increase your health bar instead. In other words, if you're struggling with the game, if you're frequently losing health from the countless dangers you're up against, you will be stuck with a relatively minuscule life bar for the whole experience. It's only when you're excelling, in fact, only when you've proven that you don't really need health, that the game rewards you with more of it. Returnal is also a roguelike, where dying at any point brings you back to the beginning again. Returnal is a roguelike which has a first level so difficult, I've talked to many people who have never beat the first boss. Which means that for those people, Returnal is exclusively this dark forest, pouring rains, alien wolves and tentacles, and dying and dying and dying again. And look, I know it's Video Essay 101 to take a frustrating part of a game and say, this is why it's good, actually. We've all heard someone talk about Dark Souls before. I've been that person before. I don't want to do that here. If you're one of those people still stuck in that first level, that sucks. I don't think it's good that you're trapped there. I wish there was a way I could give you the same experience I had with the game. Because Returnal, for me, was one of the most impactful gaming experiences I had in the last year. It's a game I want to tell everyone about, and oddly enough, my explanation of why it's amazing has a lot in common with why folks might have fallen off it so hard. It's a game where you can't get out of hell. Let's talk through some of the basics. You're an astronaut named Celine, and when the game starts, you're tracing some sort of forbidden signal called White Shadow. It leads you and her to a planet far from Earth, but as Celine descends onto the alien and seemingly undeveloped planet, her spaceship is struck by something, she loses control, plummets out of the sky, and crash lands in a rainy forest. With no other option, she abandons Helios, her wrecked ship, and starts to explore the new world she's trapped on. As becomes immediately apparent, the world isn't undeveloped. It's simply in ruin. In that first endless rain, each new room is some new combination of crumbling walkways, overgrown corridors, and massive statues soon to become trunkless legs of stone. Almost every new door means a new confrontation with the hostile fauna. Everything has tentacles, and you shoot all of it. Brutes covered in writhing masses, flying squids with bulbous blue heads. And yet sometimes, you open a door, and instead of a hail of projectiles, you're met with something more inexplicable. A black orb made of something Celine calls ichor sits suspended over a chasm and repeatedly denies your attempts to destroy it. A hall of what seem like memories, thousands of particles that rush together to form holograms of the alien race that died long before you crash landed. And in the middle of this forest, built into the rock itself, an early 20th century farmhouse, the paint peeling, the porch decaying, but nevertheless weathering the endless rain. A little later, you'll find the key to the house. You can go inside. Outside, on the surface, you've likely discovered the planet's trick by now. Death is forbidden. Every failed